Good morning. That up a bit. It's like it was a little earthquake then, wasn't it? Everything was moving. Are you alright this morning? Just open my other curtains, get a bit more light in. There we go. So, if you haven't done Pilates before, it's all based around your posture and your core strength. And your core strength is made up from your transverse abdominals and your main abdominals, your rectus abdominal. Okay, can't get my words out this morning. So what we'll do in the first instance is get you standing properly in your set-up position. Then we get a little bit mobile, nothing strenuous, okay, just like some shoulder rolls and some stretches. And then we get down on the floor. And once we're on the floor, we're going to stay down on the floor, okay? If you've got any issues, there's a couple where we're going to be on our hands. So if you've got wrist issues or shoulder issues, I can give you alternates for those as we go. And if you've got knee problems so you can't kneel, things like that, I can give you alternates. So it does help strengthen your back. So a lot of people use this as like kind of rehabilitation. I myself have had a bad back, okay? I'm all fused, my lower spine is all fused. I manage Pilates, and if I didn't do it, I would feel the difference. I would know I'm not doing it, I would struggle more. So it does help if you have got underlying like back issues. And if it's something you want to question me about, if you want to ask me about it to check you're safe to do it, please feel free to drop us a comment or to drop us a private message and I will reply to that for you, okay? So we're going to get started. Nice and upright. Toes and knees point forwards, shoulders down and relaxed. Make sure you are balanced and central. So you're gently rocking from one side to the other, forwards, backwards, making sure you've got an even distribution of body weight across both of your feet. Finding your neutral spine, so you're just tilting your pelvis forwards and backwards. You're finding the position where your back feels the most comfortable. It's that natural lordotic curve. I don't know why I've just got the screen's gone really dark. I don't know why it's done that. So you're finding the position where your back feels the most comfortable. And then you're going to find your core muscles. Right, your pelvic floor to begin with, the muscle from within, the one you'd use to stop mid-flow. Okay? So that muscle, if you imagine it's attached to a lift, you're going to pull it all the way up to the 10th floor. You're going to take it down to the 5th floor. I'm going to put my lamp on, see if it makes a difference. Stop it, keep going bright and dark. You're going to stop at the 5th floor, and then you're going to take it down to the 3rd floor and leave it there. So you know you're holding it. You can feel some tension as you draw up through the lower tummy. See if that makes a difference. Then imagine you've got a belt around your middle, 10 notches on your belt. Pull the belt into notch number 10, out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and that's where you leave it. So you know there's some mild tension around the centre of the body, and we need to maintain that feeling. So you know you're holding it, but it's not uncomfortable. Holding from the core, neutral spine in place. We then breathe from the rib cage, okay? Hands on the ribs, fingertips touch. We'll take a nice deep breath in. Open the rib cage and release. Nice deep breath in. Open the rib cage and release. Lateral thoracic breathing, okay? So everything's in place. I want you just to begin pedaling through your feet, one side to the other, raising up an alternating heel. And at the same time, just allow those shoulders to rotate one way and then the other. You're going to place your feet down, lift all the way up onto the toes and release. Lift all the way up onto the toes and release. Good. You're just going to take a step out, reach up and over, back into the centre, and then we go the other way. So lateral flexion, lengthening through the waist, lengthening through the spine. And just going to take one more to each side for me, please. Last one here. And back into the centre. Now you're going to bring those arms in front, Keep your hips facing forwards. Breathe in. As you breathe out, rotate one way. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, rotate the other way. Breathe in, come to the middle. So you're rotating through your waist, through your spine, spinal rotation, keeping your hips fixed and still. Last one here. Coming into the center, release. Good. Just going to take 1 foot forward, balance, circle it round, lift the knee up, toe comes forward, circle the leg round, lift the knee up, balance here, ankle goes one way and the other, and place the foot down. Other leg comes forward, point the toe, circle the leg round, lift the knee up and balance. Toe comes forward, circle the leg round, lift and balance. Ankle goes one way and the other, and place the foot down. So you're going to stand towards the back of your mat. You're going to breathe in, you're going to tuck the chin to your chest. You're going to breathe out and slowly begin to roll down through your spine. Soften your knees. Allow the arms to hang and relax. And then when you're ready, begin the process of rolling back up, rebuilding the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, reset at the top. Again, tuck the chin in, gently roll down through your back, soften your knees, allow the arms to hang and relax. This is a bit where you look at your feet and realise you really need a pedicure, and then you gently roll up through the back, rebuild your spine vertebrae by vertebrae. How busy are beauty salons and hairdressers going to be when they go back to work, guys? I'm going to get right to the front of the queue. I'm going to sort this out. I'm going to bring up all my people now and say, right, put me on that list. I will be there. So we're going to gently roll down through the back and we're going to come down to the floor this time. So breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently lower down. And when you get to your lowest point, I'd like you to walk your hands forwards and down. You're then going to bring yourself down into a leg pull position. You're going to keep your knees on the floor. Look between your wrists. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower the hip to one side. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, lower the hip to the other side. Breathe in, come to the middle. So you're always coming back to your start position. Now once you kind of understand the exercise, try and keep your head still. Okay, so try and keep looking down between the wrists. Breathe out to lower the hip one way. Breathe in to come to the middle. If you want to go further, you're bringing your knees up off the floor. Keep going for me. Make sure that you're using those deep full breaths. That way, your movement is going to be slow and controlled, which is exactly how we want it to be, okay? Deep breath out to lower to one side, breath in to come to the middle. So with your hip drop, we're working through the back, through the core, through the obliques. I'm going to ask you please for one more to each side. Once you've completed those two, you're going to gently lower all the way down. You're going to fully extend your arms and your legs. And I want you to point your fingers and point your toes. I want you to draw up your belly button. So imagine you've got a marble or an ice cube, something underneath your belly button. So you don't want to touch it. So you've got that tension as you draw the belly button up. Now once we get going, forehead down, okay? Neck needs to be in line with the spine. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lift one arm and the opposite leg. And then breathe in to lower. Changing sides. Breathing out to lift up. And in to gently release. Now when you lift your leg, make sure you're not bending it. Try and keep it as straight as you can. So this is called swimming. Strength and mobility for your core, your back. You've got some glute work going on as you lift that leg up, as well as shoulder mobility as you lift the arm. So quite a lot of different muscle groups working at the same time. If there's a problem, you can always do one leg at a time or one arm at a time, so you can break it down to make it easier if you need to. Otherwise, opposite arm and leg, breathe out, lift, breathe in, lower. Now your core muscles are drawn up. Your back should feel comfortable. And I'm going to ask you for one more to each side, please. Once you've completed those two, you're going to slide the arms back, elbow underneath the shoulder. You're going to draw up the pelvis and come into that base leg pull position. So this is level 1. You're looking down, you're pulling the belly button up, you've drawn the pelvis up. Level 2, up on those toes, knees up. If you want level 3, you're going to be coming all the way up onto the hands. Make sure the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders are all in line with each other. You've got to pull up through the middle. Now, if you do come up onto your hands, be careful not to overload your shoulder. I sometimes don't teach a level 3 because I feel you get a better core result, core muscles work, at the lower levels. And when you come up, you're relying more on strength through the arms and shoulders. So sometimes higher level isn't always the best level. But remember, when you're working, it's always at your level. So if you begin to shake or wobble, it's a sign of muscle fatigue. You just rest a moment and then join back in when you're ready. So in your leg pull, I'm going to ask you please for up to 3 more breaths. That's up to. If you can only manage 2, that's fine. When you've done your 3, we're lowering back down on our front. And we're coming into an exercise called double leg kick. Now I know a few of my ladies can't do this exercise because of injury or whatever else. So if you know you can't do a double leg kick, then you're doing swan dive instead. Otherwise, please bring your legs together, point your toes away, place the hands in the small of your back, and your head will be down once you start, okay? You'll breathe in. As you breathe out, I want you to lift up the legs. Now your pelvis will have pushed down a little bit, and I want you to draw your belly button up. Take a breath in as you breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and lengthen, but don't lower. 1, 2, 3. Now double leg kick is working your hamstring and your glute, so the back of the thigh and your bottom, okay? Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, breathe in. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in and in place. Breathe out, breathe in. Lovely, nice and steady. And I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths here. You can always do 1 leg at a time if you need to. When you've done those, you're going to gently lower the legs all the way down. Then you're going to turn onto one side. We're going to have the elbow underneath the shoulder. Now we're piecing together 2 exercises. One is the lateral hip raise, which is really good if you suffer from sciatica. The other is a side bend, which is going to work through your obliques, through your waist. Elbow hurts today, I don't know why. Pull up through the waist so the rib cage comes up. You've got this open space, chest open, breathe in. As you breathe out, press the top leg back, breathe in to return. Your feet stay together. Now if you've got shoulder or elbow injury, you can always do that laying down, okay? But if you can, keep the side bend. And if you want to go further, you're lifting the hip off the floor. Breathing out, press back, breathing in to return. Breathing out to press back, breathing in to return. So hip down or hip up. Strengthen and lengthen through the waist. Pressing the leg back, releasing through the lower back. going to ask you for one more, and then you're going to gently allow yourself to lower all the way down onto your side. Legs out straight. Now you've got to be in a straight line, okay? Hips, knees, ankles all one on top of the other. Head rests down on the arm. Point the fingers, point the toes. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs without rolling forwards or backwards. As soon as you raised your legs, your obliques began to work. Okay, so even if you do nothing else, you are working. Core in place, neutral spine, legs are raised to a comfortable height, and we're going to move those legs. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift the top leg. As we breathe in, we lower. Now we're going to kick our bottom leg forwards. Breathe out to kick, breathe in to return. So one leg is coming up, and your legs are working separately. Don't move them at the same time. You're alternating between the top leg and the bottom leg. Top leg is raising up, point the toes away. That bottom leg is kicking forwards. Now your movements are only the size that you can comfortably control. If your hips start to roll, if your legs start to bend, then go down a level, make the movement smaller. Hand is there for balance. If you don't need it, you're taking it away. Sorry, my mouth is very dry. And then if your balance is still really good, you've got the option to take that arm all the way over. So I'm going to ask you, please, with your side leg raise and your side kick combination, for one more of each move, please. And once you've completed those two, legs together, point the toes. Could you maybe lift them another inch up? Activate the waist. Lovely. Gently release them down. If you need to give a hip or anything a rub, please do. And then push yourself to sit. So, couple of options with this exercise. This is called your open leg rocker. Can you see my feet? Hopefully. So what I want you to do is tilt the pelvis under, so you've got C-shaped spine. Then bring your legs up. Now I want your toes together, so your knees have dropped out. Yeah? Now if you need to, you can always have your hands there for a bit of support. Okay? Breathe in. As you breathe out, you lengthen one leg straight out to the side. Breathe in and return. Breathe out, kick, breathe in to return. And your toes are coming back to the middle, okay? So your feet touch again, big toes touch in the middle. So level one with one leg, hands there for support if you need them. Level two, both legs. Breathe out to kick, breathe in to return. That's the open leg. If you want to add the rocker, make sure there's nothing behind you. Make sure you're not going to bang your head. You breathe in, kick, breathe out, come up. So you're allowing those legs to come out and over, and then allowing yourself to come up without those feet touching down. And remember to lengthen the spine. Mobility, strength through the core, through the back. And I'm just going to ask you, if you're doing both legs, you're doing two more. If you're doing one leg at a time, you're just doing one more on each leg. Then you're going to allow those feet to carefully lower. Now you can have your legs bent, or you can have your legs straight. Depends which is more comfortable for you. Lower back issues or short, tight hamstrings, sometimes straight legs is more comfortable. But play around with it, see how you feel. Lengthen the spine, chin up off the chest. You're going to breathe in and tilt the pelvis like I put my finger in your belly button. Better be clean. And then gently breathe out and lower down, only as far as comfortable. Then breathe in, start coming up. Breathe out, continue all the way up. Don't come over, just back to where you started. So you breathe in and tilt, breathe out and lower. If you only want to go to there, that is absolutely fine. Breathe in, start the lift. Breathe out, continue the lift. If you can get all the way down, that's great. But remember, however far you go down, you have got to get back up without wobbling those knees, without lifting the feet. So strength through your core, mobility through your lower back. Breathe in, tilt. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, start to lift. Breathe out, continue all the way up. Chin stays off the chest. Core muscles remain zipped up, pulled up, and engaged. Good. Breathe in to tilt. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out, continue to come up. And in your roll up, please just complete one more. And then I'd like you to make your way down onto your back with your legs out straight. Now when you come on your back, I want you to make sure that you are comfortable. It takes me a minute to get comfy with my back, so just once you're there, legs out straight. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just lift one leg up about 6-7 inches from the floor. Toes pulled away. Arms are by your side, but don't push down with the hands. All you're going to do is breathe in, pull the toes towards you. Breathe out, point the toes away. Breathe in, pull the toes towards you. Breathe out, point the toes away. So that leg is lifted and lengthened. So we're working through the core, through the tummy. Make sure your back is still comfortable, still neutral. You should be able to touch your fingertips together. If you want to work harder, you've got both legs raised. Bringing the toes towards you, pushing the toes out. If you have both legs lifted, you've got to be careful not to let your abdominals dome, okay? Allow that foot to lower, breathe in, breathe out, lift the other leg, same height. Good. Breathe in. As you breathe out, point the toes towards you. And then breathe in, lengthen back out. So you're just allowing the toes to come in and the toes to point away. So it's point and flex. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. You've got the double leg option if you want it. But remember, neutral spine must stay in place. Core muscles must stay engaged. And you're breathing full and deep. Think about Pilates as a jigsaw. You've got the pieces, the breathing, the core, the neutral spine. You need all of those pieces to complete the puzzle, yeah? So don't forget to core muscles engage, neutral spine breathing, yeah? I'm going to ask you for one more, then you can allow that leg to lower, then you're going to bend your legs and place those feet down. Find neutral, comfortable back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lift one leg up. Right angle in the knee. Now you can stay here. You should be able to reach your knee with a softness to your elbow. If your arm is really bent, your leg is too close. You can't reach your knee, it's too far away. Don't let the heel drop. Stay here if you like. Core muscles already working. If you want to go further, you could lift the other leg. You might just need to find neutral. If you want to then add the pulse, bring up the upper body, chin off the chest, palms face down, breathe in, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can add this pulse with just one leg raised if you prefer. So we're just keeping the leg in place, right angle in the knee, hips parallel, with or without the little pulse. Next level is both legs, and if you want to go further still, you can have those legs extended to 45 degrees. Diagonal, not up, not too far down, 45 degrees. Allow your upper body to lower. Replace the leg and change sides, okay? If you've got both legs up, just carry on as you are. Core muscles in place. With or without the little pulse. Strengthen right through the centre of the body. Imagine I've placed a spirit level on your hips, bubble of air central and still, okay? Deep full breath in as you breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strengthen through the core and the lumbar spine. Deep full breaths. Well done. So in your 100, I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths at your level. Once you've completed your 2, upper body down, 1 leg at a time down if you've got them up. Breathe in as you breathe out. Bring your arms up. Palms face inwards, fingers to the ceiling. And the shoulders distance apart, okay? You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, 1 arm over, 1 arm down. So like a windmill. They meet in the middle and then they go the other way. So we're mobilising through the shoulders. Arms always coming back to where they started. Now if you want to work a bit harder, just have 1 leg raised, held and still. So level 1, no legs. Level 2, 1 leg. Level 3, both legs. Arms meet in the middle and then they go their separate ways. So we're mobilising through the shoulders, but at the same time we're strengthening from our core and our lumbar spine. Even if you don't have a leg raised, you are still working through your core because your posture, your technique is in place. If you've got only 1 leg raised, swap the leg over. Strengthen through the core and the lumbar spine. Remember, you can rest at any time. And I'm going to ask you please for 2 more repetitions, 2 more breaths. Remember, your breathing should be full and deep so the movement is slow and controlled. Then you can allow the arms to come down, 1 foot at a time to come down. And if you want to take a long body stretch, you can. And then when you're ready, you're coming over onto your other side. Now we started propped up. Elbow and shoulder in line. Don't have the arm too far away, okay? Elbow, shoulder. Chest open, head and neck in line with the spine. Feet touch. Breathe out as you open. Breathe in as you release. Breathe out as you open, pressing that top leg back. Breathing in to release. Hand is there for a bit of stability, but if you don't need it, just take it away. And then if you want to go further, we're raising the hip up off the floor. So we've got this nice open space. Breathe out to open. Breathe in to return. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. Working through the lower spine, releasing any trapped nerves in the lower back. So sciatic pain, good one. Remember, if you can't be up on your arm, you can always bring it all the way down. Breathing out to open and in to release. You're going to take 1 more of those for me. Then you're going to carefully lower all the way down and lengthen all the way out. Head rests down on the arm. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs without rolling forwards or backwards. Breathe in, breathe out to raise, breathe in to lower. Bottom leg, breathe out to kick, breathe in to return. And the range of movement is up to you. However, you've got to make sure the movement is controlled, the legs remain nice and straight. 1 leg moves, the other leg stays in place. Point those toes away. The leg moves away on an exhale, comes back in on an inhale. So out is out, leg away, yeah? It's not out though. Good. And then on that inhale, the leg comes back in to the body. Hand is there for balance. If you don't need it, take it away. Maybe take it over. Strengthen through the core, the lumbar spine, the waist, the hip, side leg, inner thigh. So I'm going to ask you please for one more of each, and then you're going to keep those legs lifted, held and still. Legs together, hold and breathe. Get them another inch if you can. Strengthen the core, the obliques. And gently release. Give that a little rub if you need to. So what we're going to do now is begin the process of coming back up onto our feet. Don't rush. Bring yourself round into a box position. If you need something to hold on to help you back up, by all means move towards that thing. You're going to carefully push back into a crouch position, tucking the chin into the chest. When you're ready, feet down, carefully begin the process of rolling up through the back. Rebuild your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, and when you reach the top, relax the shoulders down. We find our nice lengthened position. We keep our neutral spine in place for as much of the day as we remember. We keep those core muscles slightly pulled up, slightly pulled in. Okay? So as much as you can remember. Lift up onto your toes, balance, and release. With good balance, good posture, you will find your balance will improve. Lovely. And you're going to take one more for me, and then just close your eyes if you can. And release. Well done, well done. So that's your Pilates for today. We're back at 4 o'clock with aerobics, okay? As I said earlier, it's the routine that we've already done once this week. So if you look back on the Facebook page, you'll find it, I did it on Wednesday, okay? So if you want to have a quick practice, have a little go, or if you just want to see whether or not you'll be able to manage it, okay? But we do break it down and piece it together. Well done if you've done the Pilates. I am back with you on Monday, okay? And we have got, I know we've got HIIT first thing in the morning. That's it. Oh, Bev is back at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning with your Kids Fit session. I'm not sure what the theme is this week. I tuned in last week and she was doing animals, and it was a brilliant workout for kids. I don't know where she gets her energy from 9 o'clock in the morning, but there we go. Anyway, guys, take care. Have a lovely, lovely day, and I will see you on Monday or at 4 o'clock. See you soon. Bye for now.